after week one, I was like, man, Clemson won the ACC. And all these Florida State fans came out of nowhere. It's only 1 week. They got to play Florida State. You Negroes lost today to, I don't even remember the school they lost to. It was a nobody.
Oh, wow.
I know that. I'm going to look that up in a second.
Here real quick.
But man, yeah, wow. That Josh Gordon stuff just threw me completely off. But to stay on the subject of the NFL, we had before the season started.
Lost to Syracuse.
Syracuse, yes. Syracuse.
30-7? That dude, he might get fired. Not like that in no Florida State, huh? You can't lose to Syracuse.
He turning them into a laughing stock right now. Florida State.
And I read like some feel-good story about him that he's from Florida, and it was a childhood team, and dog, you about to get fired.
I don't care that about that. Alabama right now giving Mississippi the business. Jesus.
They are.
28-7 in the first. Jesus, Saban on a mission. God, dog, man, that's pathetic. Penn Rape University won today, 63-10.
They didn't play anyone, did they? It was
they didn't play nobody. They played Kent State. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's how they do.
Somebody was raped after the game. Back to what I was saying. The NFL pretty much got trumped, no pun intended, by Nike. Nike, before the season started, decided to, well, they didn't sign Colin Kaepernick because he was still on the payroll, but they decided to roll out a excellent marketing campaign which featured Colin Kaepernick. And to me, a big slap in the face to the NFL was there was absolutely nothing they could do about it. Nike makes your uniforms, you're stuck with them. But guess what you had to see week one and week two when you go to commercial break? A nice commercial featuring Colin Kaepernick. Now, he's in a collusion case with the NFL, which is apparently moving forward. He won one little procedure, so they are continuing to move forward with the collusion case. And now you're starting to see owners and Roger Goodell kind of come around. I haven't heard any negative backlash towards Colin since this collusion case moved forward in the circuit court.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny that Nike was able to put this ad in pretty much every single NFL stadium. If that ain't the ultimate trump card, I don't know what is. But now Nike, go ahead.
I was just saying, there's the Nike thing. I mean, people are giving them pats on the back. They were honoring their contract with Colin Kaepernick. Congratulations, Nike. You signed a man to a contract and you paid him. And you continue to pay him, which is nice, you know. You honored your contract, that's cool. It's just with the marketing thing, I just feel like they're using it to make money.
Preach on it. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I just feel like they're using it to make money. And then it was free advertising because social media was a buzz. Niggas was buying Nike socks and Nike suits and just loving Nike. Everybody was loving Nike. Nick Cannon bought Nike socks out of the whole store and gave them to homeless people. And that's all kind of extra generated revenue just by saying, hey, we kept Colin Kaepernick. We signed him to a 10-year contract after he went to the Super Bowl. And we got to pay him, so we might as well use him. And I'm not impressed. I like Nike. I wear Nike. They're cool, but I'm not impressed by this grandstanding that they're doing with Colin Kaepernick, and everybody's so impressed and excited and buying Nike stock, and I just don't understand it. But Yeah.
Well, see, and here's my breakdown about this whole
Yeah.
situation. And this is why I laughed at all the idiots cutting up and burning Nikes. The
Yeah, you
fool,
already bought it, so they got your money. So I don't know what you're
stupid,
burning it for.
that idiot down there in Louisiana trying to ban Nikes from a
Yeah.
park. I'm like, stop. Hey, Nike is one of the smartest freaking companies ever. Not just in America. We're talking about ever in the world. They knew what the hell they was doing with this marketing campaign. And black people don't get upset at me, but I'm about to tell you the truth right now. Black people move off of emotion.
We do.
Nike knows this. What is the number one emotional topic in the country right now? Race.
And the president. Right?
Yeah, the orange and racial issues. Nike was like, well, how can we jumpstart a marketing campaign? Let's talk about race. Who is the face of racial injustice right now? Who is sparking all these arguments? What is the one name they always circle back around to? It ain't Martin Luther King. It's Colin Kaepernick. Let's throw him out there. Let's let the African American community know, hey, we are behind you. Then come, bring your black ass in here and buy some Nikes. And that's what happened.
Like, do you know how many people just bought Nike just off the strength of that alone? One person.
They moved off of oh, Colin is with Nike. You don't like Nike? And see, and this is the other thing. To my Caucasian friends who were upset at Nike, let me tell you how the African American mind works. When we see you burning Nikes because of an issue with the African American male, we as African Americans want to support said male. So because you were burning Nikes, you made thousands of African Americans want to go out and buy Nikes because it pisses you off. And that is what happened. Nike played off emotion, and look, now their stock is like one of the highest it's ever been. It was freaking genius.
Yeah.
I got to give them hand claps for me, Nike. That was smart. And it worked.
It really was genius. It was really genius.
Yeah, absolutely. Really was. And now, as always, the conversation is not about race relation at all. It's about who's cutting up, who's burning Nikes.
Exactly.
And why you shouldn't wear Nike.
Exactly.
And Nike is not that great of a country. Yeah. You say stand for something or whatever the slogan was. What about the military? Somehow it's circled back around to the daggone military. But Nike's sitting back and laughing at you guys because look at all this free advertisement they're getting.
Free advertisement. I think went out and bought a whole Nike suit.
Yeah. Colin Kaepernick put out a jersey out of nowhere, sold out in 24 hours.
Kaepernick's rich, Nike's rich, but Philando Castile, he's still dead though. So it wasn't really talking about that part.
What about my man that was in the apartment the other day?
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name, unfortunately.
That's okay.
But I know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So.
He's not alive to buy a Kaepernick jersey.
He was just chilling in his own house.
At his house.
Dead. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to go buy Nike shoes, or we want to burn Nike shoes, or figure out a way to get millionaire Colin Kaepernick a job back.
And to me,
we're just all off topic right now.
What pisses me off more than anything, why, Josh, are we the only people in America talking about them freaks in the Catholic community?
I kind of saw like a 30-second clip on CNN about it. But
I ain't heard nothing since all this Nike crap went out. Not a peep.
For like 30 seconds.
They still running around, raping little boys in churches and selling porno with their Nikes on.
That's it. And
got on a pair of Huaraches, just
they gloss over it. They gloss over it and just keep it moving to the next topic.
We were the only people talking about it, man. Broke it down. Even I came up with a conclusion that the Catholic Church are the Illuminati.
It's very similar.
Yeah,
They are.
We didn't say that on the podcast, but the guy who created the Illuminati was a Catholic.
It sounds about right to me.
The Catholic priest who somehow, I don't know where the static is coming from, is never arrested for their wrongdoing, gets to walk away scotch-free all the time. Who else doing that unless you have the highest power, highest authorization, highest immunity? Who has that? The Illuminati. Who's within that group? The Catholics. Who has their own city? The Catholics.
The Vatican.
I mean, come on, guys. But I guess that's our 30 seconds on that. I just don't want America to forget about them little freaks. But another athlete within the Nike community, Serena Williams, had a big blow up. She got docked some points because they said she was coaching. Her coach in the stand did admit that, yes, he was coaching, but he said that's something all coaches do. Serena, of course, said she has a daughter and she wants to stand up and do what's right, and that's not what she was doing. But she got a huge backlash. Jay, what was your thoughts from that situation?
It's a couple things. Like, Serena's known for her outbursts like this. The men do that all the time.
Yes,
the men do way worse. They do way worse.
Absolutely.
And it's like, do they even need officials in tennis to begin with? Like,
I don't know. That was a good question.
Like, do you even need an umpire? Because, like, when they do the little is it in or out, it's all digital. Like, what do you need to be sitting up there for? We don't need you here. Just go away. So we don't really need you here. And then with Serena, that 20-year-old girl was waxing you. You was mad. She was waxing you. Even if you didn't take the point away, or they shouldn't have taken the point away from her, and they shouldn't have cost her a whole set for it. But at the end of the day, that girl would have waxed you, Serena, no matter what. So, like, and it just the narrative was like, that young lady didn't win that match because she cheated, or because they cheated for her. But I don't think that was the case.
Yeah.
I think that young lady would have waxed Serena any day of the week. It's like, you 40. She's close to 40. That girl 20. Like,
I went back and watched that,
MJ,
man. The highlights. You're right. She was waxing Serena.
If MJ and LeBron were at it right now, LeBron go wax them. And it's just not because it's just because he's younger. And I mean, it's just what happened. It's just like, okay, so like Michael Jordan and LeBron, they have a match, and LeBron wins at 20-8. But Michael was like, hey, when I had 6 points, they didn't call that foul. And, if they would have called it, it would have been a little better. No, like, you lost 20-8. Like, it's not that good anymore. Like, it's okay. You still Serena. We remember you, but she just turned that whole narrative about her, where it should have been about that young lady who waxed the floor with her, and probably would have waxed the floor with her regardless.
Yeah, and see,
again, she's known for that. She's known for these outbursts.
And that's the thing. I don't really watch tennis, and I don't really follow Serena. But I feel like, as a reporter, it is my job to research first. And when I did research, everybody was kind of saying the same thing. Like, this is not the first time. This is kind of Serena being Serena, making something out of nothing. I just looking at the highlights, I was agreeing with Serena. I'm like, oh, man, maybe she got a valid point. And if everybody does it, and if the men does it, then why should she get the backlash?
I give her that.
But everybody who was reporting the situation was kind of saying, she overreacted and kind of threw a hissy fit.
Yeah, it was a hissy fit. Yeah.
Like I said, to her discredit, the men does it as well, and maybe if they are overlooked, and as great as Serena Williams is, she should have been overlooked